All right, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I'm running a few minutes late today. Maybe somebody could let me know that you hear me and that you can see the charts on the screen. That would be awesome. There's like a 1 million second delay in this thing, so uh, sorry if I have to wait a few minutes. All right, no confirmation yet. Can everybody hear me and see the charts yet? Sorry for the delay, everybody. If you can hear me, just trying to get the technical quirks worked out on this thing. Okay, cool. Then I think I'm gonna get going. I think we're good to go now, and I'm gonna get started. So, welcome everybody. This is the weekly wrap up of the levels trades. Thought we'd take a look at news for next week real quick and see if there's anything that pops out at us. This week, as we'll see on the dollar yen, kind of caught me by surprise and caught us all a little flat-footed, and that's my fault. But this week we'll stay up on it a little bit better. Okay, looking at next week, we've got China news on Sunday night. That could, with the way China's been moving the market lately, that could be I mean, it could create some volatility on Sunday afternoon. So if you have anything that you're going to hold over the weekend, you may want to protect it if it's affected by that, like an AUD or a New Zealand position. Okay, you may want to think about that, or a yen position. I don't know what in all honesty, I don't know what this number is, or I don't follow China numbers, but if they're red tagged, they probably have a chance of moving a market these days. Let's get some of this crap off here. Why is this? That's better. Okay, so looking at Monday, we've got manufacturing news, ISM, some Fed guys speaking. Okay, RBA statement. This is one you're going to want to watch out for Monday night. Okay, you've got a cash rate. This is what I think we've kind of determined lately, that we don't want to have levels trades on a pair that's going to have an interest rate decision. Okay, I think that's fairly obvious and probably a good thing to stay away from. So we'll make sure that we don't have any odd trades or any odd levels going into Monday, and then try and set some after that. Tuesday, we're going to be looking at New Zealand, okay, some unemployment news, and Wheeler speaking. This is that week that's fairly heavy on AUD and New Zealand news. Okay, dollar news, ISM, nothing real important. Pound news, okay, bank rates, monetary policy. We're going to want to stay out of pounds, okay, on levels trades going into that. That's going to be something that, with as volatile and as much as the pound has moved lately, this could be something that is an interesting event. So we're going to let that one happen. We may set levels going into it if we find the appropriate ones, but we'll look at pound and kind of play it by ear going through the first part of the week. Going into Friday, bunch of dollar news. Okay, first Friday of February, so we're going to get NFP, and that always is accompanied by CAD employment. So dollar CAD could be crazy going into that day as well. So we are, that's not something that I necessarily would say don't set levels on, but we're gonna make sure that we have some pretty good indicators of direction going into those. But so next week, no, maybe not next week. I may have to wait till the following week. It may be Monday or Tuesday of the week after next. Okay, so like that first full week of February. I want to do. I already sent out an email. I'm going to do a levels update. Okay, some updates on how we're going to set levels and what we're going to do, and that should help us a ton. Okay, I've been a little frustrated with how the levels have been going lately, and frustrated that I couldn't get into some of those moves, and I think that this will help us a ton. This will get us into the moves that are fun to be in. Okay, the 382 retraces and the 618 retraces, the things that move fast. This will get us into them, and I think that'll be a pretty good thing. So let's just walk through these real quick. All right, Euro. this is, we're going to learn more about this later, but I think it becomes fairly obvious as you look at this, okay, what a 200 moving average does to what a 200 moving average does to price, okay, whether it's on a 1 minute chart or whether it's on a daily chart or anything in between, okay. A 200 moving average is basically fair value. All right, it's basically fair value, and it causes ranges, and it gives you that place where you say, okay, I'm not a trend trader anymore. I want to be understanding that this is in a range, and wait for it to prove to me that it's broken out, and then I can become a trend trader again. Okay, so with that being said, we cannot set trend trades when we are ranging back and forth on the 200 like we are right now. Okay, just can't do it. And so that's why we haven't had any levels trades on this. I know it's made moves up and down, but until it gives us a clear direction, levels trades are pretty much out of the question. All right. So we didn't miss anything on that this week. Odd. The only thing that we missed is some of the new stuff that I'm going to be putting in. Okay. Right now, there's no levels trades to do on this in terms of trend trading, but when we can put the new stuff in, I know it's going to be a long week, but I got to get through a couple other things before I can put it in, and we're going to be taking advantage of these moves. Okay, we are definitely going to be taking advantage of these moves. So I don't feel like I missed anything according to what we're working right now, but we are going to get better, and we are going to be able to take advantage of these moves. Okay. All right. So here's the one that I do. That just sucked. There was no good way around that. I have been too busy and I did not pay attention to the news late last night. I did not realize that BOJ was coming in and was going to, I didn't even know they were doing their rate announcement or any kind of monetary policy. So, I'm frustrated with it, but it's a good lesson, right? I mean, it's not a huge loss. It's a pain, but it's not huge. It sucks. But if we played our percentages right, it's still just the same old loss. This, we can't allow this to happen. Okay, we can't allow. I can't allow this to happen to my account, and I don't want to allow it to happen to your account. So the things that we're going to put in place between taking off monetary policy days and days before leading up to that, unless we can get in with some of the stuff I'm going to show you, that's going to help. And then the new way to look at this is going to help. So that sucked. We're definitely out of these. I guess it's a good reason why we run stops on these trades. And the problem is that now it's probably going to work off of this structure, and I don't want any part of that. Okay, it's too big, and this sucked enough. So I don't feel like we missed anything on this. I feel like it could have been played better though. I feel like we could have done some things that would have made this better. LTF is allowed in ranges, overbought, oversold. That's correct. Okay, let me go back and look at this. Okay, this is a little bit beyond the level stuff. This is going to be a little bit more STI if it's something you're interested in. But yeah, if you look at the oscillation here in a range at the 200, all right, and you look at overbought and oversold, okay, it gives generally a decent picture of where tops and bottoms can come in and give you places to try and short on lower time frames. But that's not, that's something that you can do through an LTF trade or something else you do or whatever. But that's not going to be, the levels are specifically meant to trend trade and trade the bigger moves. This one, great move. Not, again, where do you put a fib on this move to get into this, right? Where do we put a fib on this to get into to a sell here again? So I'm not. I don't feel like we missed anything, but I'm bummed that I can't get in on this move. It's pretty frustrating to see pips go like that and not be able to get into it. So I don't feel like we missed anything, but let's keep looking for, if this continues down. Okay, more than likely now this is going to chase the liquidity down at the bottom. Okay, if it doesn't, then it's going to make it would be a serious bottoming try. Okay, I don't think it would be a bottom, because I always believe bottoms have to take out the liquidity before they can actually bottom. But it would be, I would expect that to happen. And if it does, we can try and get in on some continuation trend trades in this to the downside. Okay. Only hesitation on that is that 42.20 level that we looked at on the bigger charts for a while. I would assume, okay, that with that level, with that area, I should say, it's not a level, it's a zone, you're going to find more support down there. Okay, so if you break this low and find more support inside that 42.20 or whatever that zone was, I don't have the chart up anymore. Okay, let's see. I mean, if you look at this zone here, I'm not going to get it exact, but you know, something in that area, you're going to find, I think you'll find support. Now, with that being said, we have not shown anything, okay, anything that looks like a bottom or a reversal type of move. Okay, we have seen nothing but continuation patterns right now, and to buy pound dollar right now for any kind of a hold is crazy. We were able to buy a little bit up in the middle here, but now hopefully it's moving back into full trend, and we can just continue on with it. So this week I don't feel like we missed anything. Hopefully next week we get a continuation trade on it. All right, New Zealand dollar, just ugly. I mean, I cannot believe this must be leading into the rate statement. Okay, this must be I would have thought it would have consolidated up here, okay, around 65.60 in the 200, but it has chose to consolidate down on the lower averages and stay there for an extended period of time. That's kind of unusual. I don't really I don't see that very often. Normally, if you see this kind of range movement, you see it up at the 200. So it has to be just building pressure and working its way towards the rate statement. So didn't miss anything there. Feel fairly okay about it. Dollar CAD, we have one order that hit this week that's still in 30 pips of profit right now. Look, I told you this is a big structure. I told you this was a big move, and it's going to take time. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time for this to turn around. It's in a minor sell structure right now, but we're assuming that the minor sell structure is going to be capped by the major buy structure that we worked on here. Okay, now does that mean that we're not going to get one more drive lower before this thing heads back up? Because look, in these major moves, okay, I don't know if I've ever seen a major trend move that just dies right just like that. You know, it will push the bottoms, but it will range out in some way, shape, or form for some period of time before it actually turns. Okay, and this still has the look of something that wants to play above the 200 and play back towards the tops. Okay, so I'm willing to leave this here. I'm even willing to leave this second order in for right now. Okay, because could I see another drive lower before it makes a move up? Sure, it's possible. If it doesn't, then we're out nothing, and we can move higher with our one order that we have in. But for now, I'm going to leave this exactly the way that it is and let this thing work, because it just needs time. It was a Titanic this way. It turned fast, okay, because it was a 786 on the monthly, and it needed, I hate to say this, how do I say this a different way? Not needed. We needed to find buyers. Okay, it needed to get to a place where buyers would come in and find it interesting again. Okay, but that's all. And we're trying to get a deal on it. We're trying to buy this at a level that is pretty cheap relative to where it's been, and without breaking the actual buy structure that this thing has in right now. So cool with that. We're gonna leave it. Get this out of the way. So pound New Zealand, we haven't missed anything on this, right? I mean, you guys see how flat and choppy and crappy rangy it's been? And the funny part is, right? So let me finish this. There's nothing, we didn't miss anything on this. I really don't see anything that's worth trading at this point. All right. This, I don't think we missed anything, but again, we're going to be able to get into some good trades on this at the end of next week or the beginning of the following week when I can explain how we're going to do it. All right. Levels trades is about to get super fun. Okay. And way better than it's been. So, nothing missed there. And we will look for some more sells coming into next week, doing exactly what we thought it would do last week. It just never presented a great opportunity to get in. Euro yen, this was a pop off of the yen news yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna find a new pair this week. Come Monday morning, you're gonna see something replace euro yen. If anybody has any preferences or whatever, let me know. But I'm done with this pair. Odd New Zealand. All right. Forget it. Let's just draw a new one. Okay. We are going to. So I don't send out an email today, so I'm not going to officially set these. But if you're looking to set some levels on a pair, the only thing I would mind you though is this does have the New Zealand rate statement coming up. Okay, and right now that's on Monday. So I'm gonna, we just stay out of levels on this altogether today. Between the weekend, between the CNY news, and between rate decision coming up on Monday, no good. No good can come from this. So we're gonna sit at the sideline and wait for all that news to pass, and try and get in on this thing. Okay, right now, if you were to say, okay, technically the news pushes technicals, then you would say that New Zealand rates are going to stay the same or go lower, and it's going to hurt the New Zealand dollar, and it's going to push odd New Zealand up, right? It's going to push New Zealand dollar lower. That's what the technicals all look like right now. But just like you saw with dollar yen, the technicals can get absolutely screwed on a move by a central bank. So it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to me. We'll try and catch some of these continuation moves. So kind of a week, right? I really want some of these levels trades to work. I need them to start building my account, and it's been slim, crappy pickings in the first part of the year, in January for levels trades. So hopefully dollar CAD can flip it around and we can make something good happen there. And I really, really, really think that once we get the new setup for the levels, it's all the same stuff. Okay, just it's going to allow us to get into these trades. We're gonna kill it on levels trades. Okay, so all right, euro odd. Yeah, we could replace euro odd's a possibility. We already have pound odd. I don't know. Maybe we could get rid of. Well, I don't know. We'll have to figure out. I don't want to have. That's the game, right? You try and not get overexposed to stuff. We already have odd New Zealand and pound New Zealand, odd dollar. I mean, maybe we already are overexposed. I don't know. Maybe we can just switch it up totally and go get some like I don't know, CAD yen or something, or I don't know, something that totally blows it up. Crude oil. Yeah, we could do. Well, I can't throw crude oil on here because I'm not allowed to trade crude oil on my broker. So they took it off of Forex, or Forex broker. So I can't do that. But I try and do analysis on crude oil. I don't know, a couple of times a week in the daily videos, but I could, even though I can't trade it, we could start talking about levels trades on oil or gold, or yeah, we don't have any Swiss. We could think about adding some Swiss pairs. I'm not opposed to that. I guess the only question is will the S&B ever pull that crap again? So Awanda lets you trade crude oil. Huh. I'll have to look into that. I could have swore it was closed down to all U.S. Traders. Anyways, I think that wraps it up for today, guys. We got the STI class coming up this afternoon. I think that's it. If anybody has any questions, let me know. We'll get back to levels next week, and add one thing to it. Add one little thing to it that's gonna change the face of levels trades. Okay, it's gonna be freaking awesome. So if there's no other questions, if we don't have anything else, we'll add some new pairs next week, and email me or chat me or blah, I don't know, however many ways there is to get a hold of me, and let me know what you want to throw in, and we'll kind of maybe I can figure out a way to do a poll or something, and we can all vote on it. I don't know. We'll figure something out. So anyways, guys, yeah, right. Get some sleep. There's an old Bare Naked Ladies song called "Who Needs Sleep," and that's kind of what I feel like right now. So I got, I don't know, what, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 2.5 hours till the class, and I'm excited. It'll be fun. It's all about mindsets today. It's all about how do we need to think as traders, and not maybe generally, but more specifically inside of what we're doing here. And it should be, I don't know. I hope it even creates some lively discussion. So okay, guys, thanks for showing up. We'll do it again next week, and I will see y'all in a couple hours.